What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. No show yesterday because there was no games, but things still going well. I mean, I did have a winner on Sunday, so I know I won 12 of my last 14 bets. So I had one loss and one win, I think, since we last spoke, Vino. So I'm not sure where that puts us at as a group, but good to be back. How's everything on your end? How you doing?
Things are good, Skee. For me, it was 2-1 over the weekend in the W. 1-1 on Saturday, but 1-0 on Sunday with the Mystics team total over in that four overtime game that they played, got the 123, 124. I will say that since they started our promo about 14 days ago, 14-4 in the W. So it's been really good for the last 2 weeks. We're on Monday. This goes back to Monday. So, yeah, it's, like I say, good stuff. And we have one game tonight. It's a relatively important game, but we have one huge injury that makes it a little difficult.
Yeah, we do. Before we start, I had somebody who's a friend of mine come in and talk to me about the show. They said, man, you know, I gotta tell you something, sometimes it's only one or two games on the board, and I'm watching the show for 17 minutes, and then there's nothing on the best bet. This is gonna be one of those days. So if you're just watching strictly for a best bet at the end, you're not gonna get one on Tuesday. You have one game. It is $5 Tuesday. We're going to break down the game for you. We're going to talk about it. If you don't want to hear it broken down, this is not the show for you today. But if you want our best bet on this one game, it's going to be $5 Tuesday. So anything else you want to add before we start?
I couldn't say it any better than that. I mean, it is what it is. It's not a four-game card. It's a one-game card. And some days are more difficult than others to release best bets. Obviously, we get asked by, you know, upper management here to not give away what we're selling. So, today it's only $5. That's the key to everything. And there's other specials going on. We'll get to those later. But we'll do the best we can to help anybody who has their own opinion on a game and is looking for maybe something that they didn't think of, or somebody who just walks in looking for a complete breakdown and can make up their mind from there. So that's what we'll do for you here today.
All right. Aces and Liberty, Commissioner's Cup final opened up -3 for New York. I see them all the way out to -6.5. Total open 174.5. We'll call it 173.5 right now. Shania Barker, Dana Evans, and Asia Wilson all out for the Las Vegas Aces. For the Liberty, W without Satu Sabali. Um, you know, she's got to be hurt to miss the Commissioner's Cup final. I joked with one of my friends that she's ducking smoke just because the Liberty caused some fits for her just because they're really long. But yeah, Liberty kind of owned this Aces team, and now down Asia Wilson, it's kind of hard to see how that's going to change. Um, Liberty probably having an easier time scoring in the paint now without Asia Wilson. You do still have you can play Turner, who's probably more defensive. You could play Parker Tyus, who's a little bit more offensive. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit tougher for Las Vegas here tonight. It's very hard for me to look their way. Um, ah, I can only look towards New York in this game. What do you any thoughts here?
Well, I had plenty of them ski, and a lot of times they conflict each other because sometimes you think too much when you're breaking these games down. But everything you said obviously makes a ton of sense. New York with Jonquel Jones, Brianna Stewart, who always seems to play well against the Aces. That front line. Now they don't have Satu, otherwise it would be complete domination across the front. But still, there's no real rim defense. And Asia Wilson is not just any, you know, good defensive player. She's like the elite of the elite where interior defense is concerned. And that just makes it tough because Las Vegas can't, it doesn't matter who they put in, they can't make up for that. So I started thinking, how can they make up for not having Asia Wilson? And The only thing I could think of, Skee, was now that Kennedy Carter did play, that mysterious illness is over. They can try and go quick against the Liberty if they want. The Liberty don't like pace. They haven't played with pace all season long. They set up, shoot a lot of threes. Um, if in fact the smaller Las Vegas Aces decide to run, maybe they could make a go of it. That would push me more towards points being scored in this game. But the history of it, and I'm pretty sure you had the numbers on the history, recent history of this series last time we covered this game, which wasn't too long ago, as far as it being an under type series, right? I think somebody even kicked in the chat and said the average point total scored was 163. And that night, guess what? It was 87-76, 163. So it's been an under series, but I don't know. I didn't go back and look, but I don't know how many of those games were played without Asia Wilson. On the offensive end, they look for her. I mean, where are you going to go now when you definitely want a bucket or you want to get to the free throw line? I mean, that pass goes right to Asia Wilson. She creates. That's not there anymore. No discredit to what Las Vegas has across the front court here in this game, but it's just not the same. It's not even close to being the same. So for me, I took a couple of looks here, Skee. One was that, New York managed to get 87 the last time they played, which, like I say, I'm looking at the date here, June 23rd. We're sitting at June 30, 7 days ago. They got to 87 in Las Vegas with Asia Wilson's defense. Here they're asked to get to 91 at home. The problem with them is they were out west for so long. And I even saw a quote from Brianna Stewart where she was actually citing the cross-country flight as being detrimental to their team. We have to come all the way back cross-country. So that sort of slows me down there. It's an interesting matchup. I do think Las Vegas's path to success is to just try and run at what could be a fatigued New York team, actually. They played lousy offense at Golden State. Golden State D's up really well at home. We've seen that 3 straight games. They didn't play, great defense at Seattle. New York hasn't been good as of late. It's hard to get there with them laying 6.5 too. A lot of ifs, a lot of questions, a lot of concerns here. It could go a number of ways here. I'll say that.
Prolific asking, do we look at Jackie Young? I mean, she also, plays that pick and roll with Asia a lot. I mean, she should have to have a bigger role, but I think I would trust Kennedy Carter a little bit more than her tonight. Kennedy, she just do her own thing, No matter who's out on the court, she gonna do what she needs to do. Not that Jackie can't. I'm just saying what I've seen from Jackie so far is like, everybody relies on Asia. But I just think Kennedy don't rely on nobody. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. All right. We will go ahead and do a little bit of promo. Like we mentioned earlier, it is $5 Tuesday. So if you want a best bet, there's one on both Rob Veno's page and my page. And Veno said he's been hot in WNBA. I think he said 14-4. 12-2, my last 14 bets. And this is a way to get involved with tonight's best bet for only $5. If you want to rock with both of us, we do still have that going. 3-day all access for only $69. You get both of our plays, all access, all sports, just $69. And if you say, I ain't rocking with Skee, give me Veno. At least Veno is betting more than one sport a day. Skee doesn't do anything but just look at the women all day. Buy 3, get 3 free. Comes out to 6 days for just $69. And that's another way to get involved. So, Veno, I think we can wrap it up there. Anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, real quick, that combined record, if you take the two of us together last couple of weeks, 26-6, 81.3%. It's pretty good. I mean, a lot of times you'll see those numbers published across the internet and they're just phony numbers, but we're here giving you this stuff. I mean, it's transparent. You can see our stuff every day. So I like the way you said that. Skee does nothing but look at the women all day. I don't know if there's a truer statement. All right. I would say where promo is concerned, you hit it on the head. Really, $5 Tuesday. That's what we generally push here. We will certainly push the combo package of the two of us together, WNBA. We'll have a big slate tomorrow, a lot to choose from. If you want to see what we have today, again, it's $5 Tuesday, so no best bet here, Skee, from me for today. We'll try and get one to you tomorrow. I don't want to disappoint your buddy who sits around for 17 minutes and doesn't get a best bet. Yeah, just don't have it today.
Yeah, and tomorrow there will be no show. I'm looking now. There are no games scheduled tomorrow, so we'll be back on Thursday. We have 3 games on Thursday. We have a couple games on Friday. So yeah. Until then, best of luck everybody on all your action, and we'll catch you guys in a couple days.